The tactics used by the Gallian army prove effective, and like Flagere before it, Mugil falls to claw and steal. Before Begnion can react, the Laguz overwhelm the remaining border defenses and cross into the Telgum region. With both defensive keeps overrun, Telgum falls like ripe fruit at the feet of the Laguz alliance. Inspired by their success, the alliance takes advantage of this momentum to strike toward the very heart of the Begnion Empire. Dukes Gados and Celiora are horrified by the speed of the Laguz advance. Banding together with the landowning nobles of the northern territories, they mass their armies in Celiora to oppose the Gallian assault. Using the Riban River, a tributary of the mighty Miscale, as a defensive front, the Begnion forces make their camps along its western bank in the Sestol Plains.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Chapter 2 of Part 3 of my Let's Play of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. As you can see, this is Chapter 3, Chapter 2, definitely Chapter 2. Yeah, okay, nothing to say about that. Anyway, I actually will mention that I cut out the, what did I cut out? The beginning thing, where you choose the units and have some options to go back to the base and whatever, that thing. I cut it out accidentally and I was too lazy to put it back in. So sorry about that. Yeah, I'll just mention some important things that happened at base. Basically, we got Mustin and Amy back, along with Ilyana, and we also got Nephany and Brom for some reason. I don't know where they came from, but they came from somewhere. Well, I can't remember where they came from anyway. So that doesn't matter. Anyway, so in base we got a silver card which decreases the cost of weapons and stuff by 50%. I was going to buy a whole bunch of Spectre cards so that my Herons could be effective frontline fighters later on in the game, but I decided not to. In other news, I did give Ike Celerity, which is that skill that Tormod has that lets him move an extra 2 spaces. Kind of like Boots, except it's a skill instead. So yeah, I gave Ike that because Tormod isn't very useful, and we haven't seen him for like... When was the last time we saw him? I can't even remember. We saw him a long time ago. Also, another thing that I did was I forged a weapon, and then I named it after myself. Yay me. Maybe I should just mention that I am going to be using Ilyana in Endgame, as an end game, not just Part 3, but Part 4 Endgame, along with Rolf. I haven't decided any of the other characters yet. Oh, and Meg, and probably Har, I guess, since, I mean, you'd be crazy not to use Har. So yeah, those are characters that I have decided to use for Endgame. I haven't decided anyone else yet, because I don't care, to be honest. Like, doesn't matter to me at all. So yeah, basically, whatever. Oh, also I gave Adapt to Rolf instead. And did I take advantage of... I can't remember. Oh well, or something. So yeah, basically we get a whole bunch of useless units here. So we have Nephany, who I ditched. I also ditched Mia. Obviously you can't see her, so I ditched her. And I ditched Mist as well because I think she's useless. And she doesn't do anything properly. She can't attack, she can't heal. Well, she can do both, but as I said in the last chapter, she's bad at both of them. So yeah, this is a short chapter. I contemplated adding the story from the next chapter into this one, but I decided against it. I mean, it's a nice short chapter anyway, so... I don't think they meant to make this a short chapter, but it just kind of happened, so... Mainly because... Trollolol Thunder Mages. Or at least, Ilyana is Trollolol. So yeah, ending the turn. Enemy phase. So that they can move around and do useless stuff. Like hit me. Oh, I also want to bring Boyd to endgame as well. I've never used Boyd. I use Ilyana pretty much every playthrough. And it frustrates me immensely that I have to level her up so much. Because basically she's come back to the Grail Mercenaries as Tier 1. Which is probably why she's so highly leveled in the Dawn Brigade chapters. Which kinda sucks, because her base stats aren't that impressive. Well, okay then, it's not that they're not impressive. I mean, she's surviving hits and doubling people, but, you know what I mean. Yeah. Shove. Ha. As you can see. Oh. Yay, critical. Not that it was needed. Decent level up there from Ha. Moving Ike forward so that he can destroy things. Go Ike. And Titania as well. I haven't decided on a Paladin user yet. I don't know whether I'll bring one to endgame because I don't like Paladins very much. I don't know, I just find them boring. Like, exceptionally boring. To the point where, you know, I just don't like them at all. Shoving Ilyana. It's funny how I've made a war of 2 archers and a fighter. Well, at least I think it's funny. It's probably not very funny at all, but I don't care. Oh well. I also gave Boyd and Rolf a support, since I thought, well, I'm going to be using them both at the end of endgame anyway, so might as well. You can steal a lot of stuff on this chapter from enemies with Heather, but I didn't bother with it again because I don't care. I mean, I haven't cared about stealing stuff since Hell Thunder. Titania is a pretty good unit. I like her as a character as well, but I don't think I like her enough to use her in any game. And now it's the player phase. Turn 4. I think it's probably overkill giving Ilyana a forge tome. Simply because, I mean, what do I mean? Well, because, I mean, she's not killing things in one hit anyway. So, I mean, she's only doing mediocre damage at the moment, even with a forged tome. So, I mean, probably shouldn't be wasting it on all of these enemies. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I can just get another one if I need to. That's probably a bad attitude to have. Probably a bad attitude to have, because I probably shouldn't be using forged weapons. I don't know, they just kind of feel a little bit cheap. That's why I've only used them for really, really bad units like Meg. 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 And I haven't used any other forged weapons yet. Apart from the sword Edward Sucks and Ilyana's tome that I named after myself. I'm not obnoxious. Not at all. You can do it, Ike. Anyway, you can probably guess what's going to happen next, so I might as well just say, this is almost the end of the chapter, and do all that stuff that I usually do, such as saying goodbye and whatever. Basically, I was just like, oh no, Ilyana can't get there, so I just shoved her with Heather. Shoving is so useful in this game. Shove her. I kind of want to use Heather too. Only because she's a lesbian. Strange reasoning. But whatever, I'll take it. Okay, so, as you can see, this is pretty much the end of the chapter. Wait, no, it is the end of the chapter. I was considering merging the story with the beginning of the next chapter because there's one of those pointless, pre-rendered, horrible cutscenes. Well, actually, it's not really horrible, but they take up too much time, and I don't really like them. Well, I do like them, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so, yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, I will see you when I make the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.